I'll hang on even longer because I want to get to the prayer breakfast that went basically uncovered in our local media, which was amazing to me. No one covered that story. I mean, even if you're just you reporters out there, what's happened to your passion? Even from a reporter level, there was so much going on at this police memorial prayer breakfast. I can't imagine why you wouldn't cover it.
Right.
It's unbelievable. But I'll follow up on that. Also, we've got Kennedy on the way, Chris Wallace as well. And we still have to get to the tax thing, and we still have to get to all kinds of nonsense about the muddy pants. And, oh, Lord, so much to do. Jim Talent. All right. So, Jimmy Talent, how you doing, man? Looking forward to next Thursday when we have our Almond in the Evening event, which is going to be great with you and Genevieve Wood and Jim Carafano. That's next Thursday, the 4th of May at Forest Park, the clubhouse there, and presented by Weber Chevrolet. If you go to 971talk.com, you get your tickets. They are free, but you got to register. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Last time we did it, it was... I just thought loads of fun and very informative, and having Jimmy Carafano in town. And hey, I'm going to be all Almond all the time. I did the TV show. I'm going to do Almond in the evening. People are going to start wondering about the two of us.
Well, I love it, man. I really appreciate all that you do. And so tell me about this situation regarding the supposed info people received about a possible attack on Hawaii.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I called it an extraordinary briefing, but I think it's unprecedented for all the members of the Senate to go down to the White House. So when I heard that, I thought, there's got to be something up here. And so far, not a lot of details leaked, which is actually very surprising. But clearly they're building up to something. And that's a good move. I mean, one of the things I like about President Trump, as opposed to his predecessor, is he really talks to members of Congress and the Senate, and he believes in interaction. I hope he gets the rhythm of that down even better. But, yeah, they're clearly building to something.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though.
I don't expect an attack on Hawaii, but I think what they were probably saying was if he gets ICBMs, he'll be able to reach Hawaii and the West Coast. I think that's
right.
So it came out as a potential attack on Hawaii, but I imagine that's what they said.
And I guess the only other question is why would he, under the circumstances, and why would he, especially when suddenly, which I think is a really cool thing, President Trump has China on our side, essentially, or at least pretending to be. And so, North Korea starts bombing things or going after Seoul or whatever, and they've got China breathing down their neck.
Yeah, the danger is, and this is the problem when rogue states get nuclear weapons, Jamie, because these guys are aggressors, they're isolated, and they get paranoid. And, of course, because they threaten everybody and endanger their neighbors, there are attempts to constrain them and contain them, and that makes them more paranoid. So the problem with an actor like this is you're not sure exactly what he's going to do, particularly if he thinks he's going down. The regime's not all that stable, and if he thinks he's going down anyway, you don't know what he'll do. So this is why you do not want these kinds of actors to get nuclear weapons. I mean, that really needs to be the highest priority to prevent that from happening because they're difficult to deal with.
So is this idea somehow that Kim Jong-un would be crazy to do something like this because he likes his life? I mean, he's a leader. He's got his whiskey, he's got his cigars, and boy, is he good looking. And, and so why would you want to ruin all of that? But you're saying, well, he's not so stable after all as a leader right now, that government. And so you got to watch out for that.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, it's an extremely secretive regime, and we're not certain how stable he is personally. And as I said again, if the regime, and this is their guard against a regime change policy by anybody, including the Chinese, is the fear that if he thinks he's going to be taken out, he'll use the weapons. And so this is another guy. This is a reason for two things. One, don't let them get the weapons. Two, build a missile defense. Okay,
right?
I don't know I don't know how obvious something has to be. Build out the missile defense, and missile defense funding was cut, particularly in the first Obama term. And if these weapons are going to proliferate, we need missile defense to proliferate as well.
Yeah, and I guess, too, at some point back in the day, back in Clinton's day, North Korea could pipe up and threaten, and then we would just give them money.
Yeah, but that's why once they got the weapons, they started threatening for real.
Yeah, right,
what we
exactly.
don't want is to go back to the table, pay them a bunch of money, which ends up supporting the regime, and then we get no change. So, but I don't think this president will agree to a deal like that. I mean,
no.
But this is one of the tests he's confronting. I mean, I think he's working his way into the job now.
Yeah.
And I think he's starting to understand really that these decisions are tough. But I like this overall approach. Now,
Right.
It's a day-by-day thing. We'll see what happens.
At Jim Talent, and can't wait for next Thursday, bipartisanpolicy.org. Thank you, my friend.